Scientists are trying to cover up the sun, and human brains are being connected to a computer. In this video, we're going to be discussing 6 technologies that the Matrix predicted. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Number 6. Using the human body as batteries.
Is a computer generated?
This scene is one of the many that has been frequently parodied. It was so absurd that it was often considered a mistake in the movie script. But recently, researchers at the University of Colorado have created a wearable device that transforms the human body into a biological battery. This invention is called TEGs, or thermoelectric generators, and can convert low-grade heat into electricity. This elastic band can be worn as a ring, a bracelet, or any accessory that touches your skin. So in the not-too-distant future, we could be able to charge our phones or smartwatches using our body heat. At the moment, this device only generates 1 volt of energy for every square centimeter of space on the skin. Less voltage per area than most existing batteries provide, but enough to power electronic devices like watches or fitness trackers. This meaning that the human body was not the main source of energy of the Matrix, but a part of it. Number 5.
Needs.
Although this is a topic that has been discussed in other science fiction properties, in recent years, foods that remove all unnecessary fats, proteins, etc. have become popular. Today there are foods that are sugar-free, gluten-free, fat-free, or lactose-free. Soy products and other substitutions are not focused on the taste, but nourishment. So an edible paste like the one Neo ate in the 90s when The Matrix premiered, the creation of artificial intelligence was still in its infancy. No one would have ever imagined that we would be so close in creating a true self-aware AI. Today, companies like Facebook and Google are working on creating an artificial intelligence that can pass as human consciousness. Elon Musk predicts that at any moment, this super artificial intelligence will be created and go out of control. Something that will validate the story of the Matrix.
Facebook has enacted an emergency shutdown of 2 artificial intelligence programs. The social media giant leapt into action after it discovered the 2 programs were writing their own code. At first they thought it was simply gibberish, but they soon realised the programs had invented their own language and were actually talking to each other.
Today there are thousands of AI programs that work to improve the quality of human life. From improvements in graphics card processing to predicting diseases. It is only a matter of time before an AI is indistinguishable from a human, with an intellect that transcends all understanding. Number 3. Fear and sympathy for artificial intelligence. In one of the Animatrix's stories, the sympathizers fight to extend human life and modify our biology with tech. On the other hand, some detractors believe that this would cause us to lose everything that makes us human. This fight between the 2 parties, the pro-technology and transhumanism, and the technological naysayers and anti-transhumanism, has only just begun. Number 2. Human brain to computer connection. The Neuralink. One of the most interesting and intriguing inventions in recent years is the Neuralink, a device capable of modifying the electrical signals in our brain. According to Elon Musk, in the future, we could theoretically download and save our memories to a hard drive, so to speak. Using technologies like the Neuralink, new information can even be uploaded to our brains using this tech to help fight diseases. We can only imagine what the Neuralink would be like in the next 100 years. The headjack technology in the Matrix is undoubtedly one of the closest predictions to reality. It could have even been a source of inspiration for the Neuralink. Technology that many people fear will be misused. Like our smart devices, one day we will have chips in our brains that allows us to consume media and advertisements without the need for a screen. And number 1, turning off the sun.
We don't.
Absurd, right? Well, reality is usually stranger than fiction. In recent years, scientists have declared that global warming is causing the planet's climate to go on a rampage. To control future natural disasters such as hurricanes, flash floods, and the crazed temperature changes, the sun would need to be blocked, to a specific amount of course. This idea is named the ScopeX project from Harvard University. According to several scientists, this project is to test solar geoengineering, a discipline that aims to mitigate global warming by placing a shield, if you will, to cover up parts of the sun.
ScopeX is a small-scale experiment that will inject about 1 kilogram of particles into the stratosphere to generate a plume of a few kilometers in length that will have absolutely no physical impact on the ground.
In June, the ScopeX project will charter a balloon with 2 kilos of calcium carbonate and a pair of propellers to move in vertical and horizontal planes, while spraying the particulate material in the stratosphere. The researchers intend to obtain real data on the consequences of spraying this aerosol at about 20 kilometers in altitude. This means that for the first time in human science, we are considering covering the sun to help the planet. Kind of contradictory, isn't it? If this is going to help mitigate global warming, which many doubt it will, which of these predictions surprised you the most? Are there others that we've missed? For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.